Hello, happy Tuesday, good morning, and welcome back to another episode of Coffee with Kem and Hills. How you doing this morning?
Oh, it's Tuesday. It's always better than Monday.
It's like early, but we're in it.
Exactly.
Oh my gosh, well, I had to take my baby into her checkup, just like, her normal.
Yeah.
And we split up all of her shots, so we didn't do like the full 7 at once, which some people do. I just felt like it was so much for her little body.
Yeah.
So, but then also splitting it up is horrible because then
There's more of it.
Yeah. So she had her last 2,
Aww.
and my husband's British, and he calls them jabs, which I think is cute. So she got her 2 last jabs today, and poor little thing does not like it.
No.
She does the silent cry where she goes, and then you know it's gonna come, and then it just like releases.
Yeah. Oh gosh, that just always hurts your mom heart. You're just like,
Oh, it's horrible. I make Tam hold her. I can't do it. I have to face the wall. It's horrible. I know.
I'm not looking forward to Leah's well appointment in a couple weeks. She has shots again. She didn't have to have them the last couple times we've been to the doctor.
Yeah, isn't that nice?
But this time.
I know. Does she now? When did they start associating the doctor with shots?
I would imagine after this one.
She'll be like, oh, I know you. I know what you have here.
Yeah, the last time she had them, she was 2, and you don't really remember that.
Right.
So I think that this time around, she'll probably be like, oh, am I getting shots?
She's like, you tried to pull a fast one on me.
Yeah, exactly. Hopefully there'll be a Band-Aid that, makes things better. I don't know.
Yes, they gave Murphy, my daughter, the Tasmanian devil, which is so fitting. I was like, do you know her? So fitting. That is her. That is actually my daughter. I wouldn't have to describe her. I'll just say that's her. Well, let's get into some hot topics. We've got some interesting ones today. The first one we're going to talk about is from the Wall Street Journal. Inflation survivors of the 1980s have some advice for you. I thought this whole thing was really interesting, and it just made you feel like, oh, they survived this. They did it.
Yeah. And I think it was very interesting. A couple times in the article, they point out that when you go through something like the 1980s inflation, it affects, or it can affect, your relationship with money for the rest of your life.
Yes.
And it did seem like that's what this article was kind of pointing to, that some of these people who had made adjustments or their parents had made the adjustments, and they were just very aware of how expensive things were, as adults, they continue to be thrifty. They continue
they've
to
remained
be
financially savvy throughout their life, which is, so maybe, I don't know, maybe our kids are going to learn some good lessons by, observing these financial hard times that we're going through right now. But the first one I thought was kind of funny because it reminded me of my husband, Blaze Jones. Blaze Jones remembers his dad setting the thermostat to 62 degrees at night. And he said he could see his breath when he got up in the morning. This is my husband before there was inflation. And he's better now because, oh, really? You too?
Oh, yeah. We're at 62 degrees at night.
Well, now I'm like, okay, we have a baby. We need to up the temp a little bit, all right? But he had it at 62 last winter when I was pregnant.
Oh.
All day long. So I was just completely covered up all day. He was very strict about this. And
that is hilarious.
But now that we have the actual baby in the house, I'm like, you can't freeze the baby.
No. No. Ours is at 65 during the day, which is still chilly, but not cold, and then 62 when you're sleeping.
Yeah.
They do say, though, that actually the best temps to sleep at are between 61 and 63 degrees.
Really?
That is proven scientific, many studies.
I mean, I would much rather be cold than hot.
Right.
For sure.
Because you can snuggle into blankets, you can, they say that that's the optimal temperature to sleep at.
Oh, well, maybe Tam's on to something.
It's ironic, though, because during the summer, it does not go down to 62. We're up in the 70s.
Right, of course. Yeah, I know. Then it's the flip side, won't turn the air on.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just, it's a constant battle, I'll tell you what. Okay, so who else? Oh, okay. A mother in the early 1980s, Linda Gadkowski. Did I say that right? Linda?
Sure.
Are you tuned in, Linda? Would take her kids strawberry picking and taught them to can their own fruits and vegetables. That's so cute.
It is really cute. I mean, I think the takeaway here is, eating in instead of going out all the time. Obviously, groceries have gotten more expensive, so strawberry picking if you can, unless you're going to a strawberry farm where you're paying to also pick the strawberries.
That's the thing.
Probably not
I remember going apple picking this last fall, and they wouldn't let you bring your own bag. You had to rent their bag for like $30 or something, and then they weighed it when you were leaving, and then you pay. It was much more expensive than just going to Trader Joe's and picking apples.
We had the same experience. We went apple picking with our daughter. We're like, well, we only want to do 2 baskets for the 3 of us. We don't need 3. And they were like, no, everybody has to have one, no matter the age, even if it's a baby. And we're like,
They can't even hold it.
Yeah, exactly. So the price per pound for our apples was extremely high.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. So
maybe
they
was
were
different
delicious,
in the 80s.
but whatever. But I think eating in is always going to be less expensive than and learning to can yourself. What a fun thing! I've always wanted to learn how to can fruit or make jams or jellies. It's not something my mom did.
Yeah.
She was like a baker. She made pasta, which is really delicious.
Oh, from scratch.
From scratch.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
But not wasn't big on the desserts in that respect.
Well, both our families because we really enjoy cooking at home anyway. It's kind of therapeutic and it's nice family time. And when you have the time to do it, we really cherish it. I know you all do too, right?
We do too. Yeah.
Yeah.
But a good way to keep your finances in check.
Yes. Buy groceries and cook at home, right? That's one way to be thrifty. Who else do we have? We have, you know what else Linda Gadkowski did? She would make her own Cabbage Patch dolls for her kids and then take them to the local thrift stores to buy clothes for the dolls. I mean, that's sweet.
That is really sweet. I mean, because Cabbage Patch dolls were like so crazy pants back in the 80s.
Yes, they were.
I think my parents bought one out of some guy's trunk.
Really?
Yeah, for Christmas or something like that. Or there was there's some story. Maybe, I don't know. But
I was in the Beanie Baby craze. I had to have all of them. I still have them, and I keep thinking maybe each Christmas I'll wrap one and just give it to my kids.
There you go.
That's thrifty.
Yeah, there you go.
That's recycling at its best right
exactly.
there. Your Beanie Babies.
But it's also fun, the things you can find in thrift stores. You can find a lot of different things that either aren't produced as well these days or, and I love that they shop for the baby clothes at the thrift store as doll clothes because they're way better constructed and more fun than the actual doll clothes that you buy.
And actually baby clothes back in the day were just amazing.
Yeah.
My daughter wears a lot of my clothes for when I was a baby. And they're still great.
Nice.
It's just,
My mom sent a pair of red with heart pocket lederhosen.
Oh.
That both my sister and I wore as children for my daughter to wear because they're about the right size now. And my daughter does not like shorts right now. So she was like, I'm not wearing those. And I was like, but maybe you could just put them on. We'll take a picture and then you can take them off.
Exactly. You just have to take a picture. We got to do it before you grow out of them.
Exactly. Otherwise, they're just a moot point.
That's cute. There's something about seeing your kid in the clothes that you were wearing. You're like, whoa, life really happens, doesn't it? Jeez.
Exactly.
Heda Radler? Is that how you would say it? Heda Radler. Heda. Can you call in and tell us? Sold her condo when maintenance costs started soaring in 1983. She purchased a home in Tarrytown, New York, which you'd never be able to afford now. It's so cute, though. If she still lives there, it's probably worth a lot of money. But by the time she closed on her home, interest rates went up from what her broker had offered. Oh, we've learned about this.
Yes.
I know, I even wrote that down. If you've been watching Mortgage Q&A, that is not a good broker. If he promised you, or if they promised you,
gotta lock it in.
You gotta lock that in. Yeah, that's on them. But it jumped from 12.75% to 13.5%. Those are high.
Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't realize how lucky we were right now with these low interest rates.
Yes. Yeah.
Jeez.
Buying a house in the 80s was no joke with interest rates.
Ooh.
So hopefully we don't return to that. But I think what she did do, which was really important in the lesson, is that she negotiated it back down. She was able to have a conversation with them and say, hey, I'm a single mom. I can't afford this. This is what you had proposed. This is what I was budgeting for.
Yeah.
And she was able to get that. And it's something that she has carried on as one of her skills in life. And I think that that's true. You should always ask if that's the best deal. I think it's one of AJ's points too, is that that's why you ask for multiple offers. You see what the best rate actually
he says
out
shop
there
around
is.
three in a day.
Yep. So thank you, Ms. Radler, for that piece of advice.
It is locked and loaded. We are going to keep that little keepsake. All right, so there's Dawn Kelly. She managed price surges in the 80s by hanging on to things that worked, such as her green station wagon. Oh, I like this. She had it for over a decade. I mean, I'm all about this. And I know like a lot of people, especially when it comes to your vehicle, I feel like as long as it's safe, you know, and isn't a total gas guzzler,
right?
You know, it gets you from here to there. Like, I say stick with it.
I think that a lot of people just get the next best thing instead of either fixing something that maybe could still potentially work, or maybe it's not even broken. They just want the next thing.
I think that's often the case.
And I'm a person who I probably hold on to things too long. I have been realizing with my closet, I have things in there that 20, 30
I'm with
years.
You on that. Yes, when it comes to articles of clothing.
But like some of those basics are great and they don't go out of style, and
or they come back. You've had them long enough where they've come back, gone full circle, and you're like, well, shoot. Glad I kept that.
Exactly.
I thought it would just be a costume piece, but actually, no, it's in fashion now.
Exactly. I have a pair of overalls from end of middle school / high school that still fit and are back in style.
Well, now the 90s are back. I was like, I should have really saved everything from high school.
Seriously. I found some mid-rise bell-bottom jeans that are right back in style. I put them on and somebody at my work was like, oh my gosh, those are so cute. And I was like, I wore these when I was 14. Okay.
That's amazing. I remember having
fit differently.
I remember having that too, you know. I remember Jinko jeans.
Oh,
had little characters on them and stuff. I remember having some like baggy Jinko jeans. I wish I still had those.
Those are also coming back too. It's crazy pants.
Gosh. They'd probably be worth something now. So yes, just if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right?
Still use it.
Yeah,
exactly.
All right, well, I think we're going to take a quick commercial break and then we will be back with some more hot topics. All right, we are back and we're going to dive into some more hot topics. So there was an article from the Wall Street Journal saying Americans are emerging from the pandemic ready to splurge on events and travel. I kind of get it.
Mm-hmm. People have been locked down and they want to get out there.
They want to get out there. Mm-hmm. I mean, it is interesting because it's taken a financial toll on a lot of people, but it seems people seem to be like, you know what? I don't care.
Right.
I got to get out. I'm going to Miami or whatever. I'm actually going to Miami. That's why I'm saying that.
Well, Disney is actually one of the companies that is up. They have said that although they aren't to pre-pandemic levels, they are up year over year, 40%. Sorry. Disney is up in year over year traffic to their parks.
Right.
And though they aren't to pre-pandemic levels, the people who are there are up 40% in their spending. So the ones who are going are spending a lot of money.
Yeah, they are buying like the ears, the Mickey ears, and
all the churros, all
the...
Yeah.
They're splurging.
They're splurging.
Fully.
Yes.
They're having the full experience.
Exactly.
I mean, I do get the draw. I mean, I've had the itch for sure to just to do something to get out because we've just been so confined and it's just been so ongoing, and there's the continuous surges of variants and everything as well. So I think as we're feeling, knock on wood, things start to settle back to some, I don't know if you can even say normalcy anymore. I don't even know what it is. But, you know, as mask mandates start to lift and everything like that, I think we'll see more and more of this as well.
Well, Stagecoach and Coachella both no vaccine requirements, no testing requirements, no mask requirements, which is wild.
That's
like
like
how many
to
people
the
they think
extreme.
it's going to be the biggest ever.
Yeah.
And then Airbnb also expects that international travel will be up. They're up 25% in bookings to 2019 for international locations, which that is crazy.
Yeah, that is crazy.
Yeah.
Well, who's splurging?
Yeah. Where are you guys going this summer?
Comments. Yep, I'm going to be going to Miami in a few short weeks.
Yay.
And it's my first, trip since I've had a baby, and she'll have just turned 1. So I'm telling myself I deserve it.
You do.
It's only 2 nights. It's very, very fast.
You definitely deserve it.
Thank you. It'll be very surreal. And I'm going to be a little nervous on the plane and everything, but it's necessary. We got to break the seal at some point, don't we?
Exactly.
All right, we are going to take another commercial break, and we will be right back to talk about the shows airing today on ROI TV. Welcome back. Today on Mortgage Q&A with AJ, AJ explains what points are. This can be one of the more confusing aspects of buying a house, so be sure to tune in today and allow AJ to break it all down for you. Today on Cunningham Legal, Jim interviews Daniel Van Slyke about creating the right special needs trust. If you have a loved one with special needs, having a trust in place that caters to their specific needs is vital. Jim and Daniel walk you through what questions you need to ask in order to set up the best special needs trust for your loved one. On Medicare School, Marvin Brings explains if Medicare will cover all your expenses and answers some of the most common questions he receives from people regarding Medicare. Today on Elder Needs Law, Jason interviews John Finch Jr. to discuss what ABLE accounts are and how they help disabled adults by giving them freedom to access money and use it for their needs. Thank you so much for tuning in for another episode of Coffee with Kemen Hills. We really hope to see you tomorrow for another episode on Wednesday. Tomorrow's Wednesday.
Tomorrow is Wednesday.
Tomorrow's Wednesday. Okay, so be sure you can catch all these episodes on
Roku, Amazon Fire, or Apple TV, or on your phone via our iOS or Android app.
It's a mouthful.
It's a lot. It's exciting. We're wherever you are.
Yeah, we sure are. We're following you wherever you are. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll see you tomorrow.